Okay guys, so I thought today what I'd do for you is 3 different pieces that I've done. 2 of them were in the poetry slams, and one is just something that I've written, but it all kind of ties into the idea of questioning why is this going on in our society, why is this happening, why is this tolerated. The first one is called Dreaming About the Day When the World Wakes Up. Late again, this daily trend is make pretend. Well, at least I want to make it pretend because it's not making sense. How can a single soul claim that it's right to do the same repetitive thing until the day that we die? Like if this is a norm, then I wish I was warned to kill my imagination before images form. See, they prep us for greatness in our younger years with adventure and fairy tales. How can it come to this? Dreaming about the day when the world wakes up. Open your eyes up, we're all in the same rut. Dreaming about the day when the world wakes up, not just sleepwalking with our eyes shut. See, I've not yet had a dream where I get to fly, but it might just be because I'm saving that exercise for reality. So when I walk that balance beam of life, if I fall, I'm right, now that'd be fly. Or maybe I can't picture it and make it a sharp image, because when I dream, I'm just afraid of the dark conditioning. The moment I wake, when my senses are rushed by a day-to-day routine that's essentially just a way to kill time. Can't say you feel fine when you're taking pills designed to shape the state of your mind. Quit straying behind, I say to myself, like this world has far more interesting places to dwell. Get out of it, walk around and search what lies ahead if you move the mountain first. Cause see, I started to trek, but the moment I departed, I felt like the Tin Man being told home is where the heart is. Feeling like one of the many people who lived their life as if they would have dried up paint on the end of the brush that Michelangelo used to make his last mark on the roof of the Sistine Chapel. Like I was picked to be used in a part of something so beautiful and so amazing, and I was there ready, anticipating, but I never made it. And now I'm just left to dry up looking withered and old. See, that's not for me, because I'm dreaming about the day when the world wakes up. Open your eyes up, we're all in the same rut. Dreaming about the day when the world wakes up, not just sleepwalking with their eyes shut. Cheers. Nice. This next one I wrote after I was walking through Northbridge, and I saw this guy busking one Sunday morning, I think it was, like early morning, and he was just sitting there with his guitar busking, and he was one of the most beautiful singers I've ever heard. And I went home, and over the coming weeks I wrote this poem. This is a poem that I used last year at the 2009 Poetry Slam. The alcohol he uses to forget, the usual neglect, beggar who endeavors to remember been stared back at with mutual respect. He needs your pity about as much as he does another drink, although he's going to get both and he'll despise what it's done to him. He held a guitar in his hand like he'd take it to war, but I doubted whether he'd ever even played it before. Until he used the strings of that guitar like he was its puppeteer as he wailed, I wanna know if you've ever seen the rain. And every piece of pain that he had faced surfed those sound waves. And while I'm fishing for compliments because I'm starved for affection, he's fishing through garbage bins, starving for anything. But it's like he gave me that moment to help me really realize we're all really alike, and that you can hear in his cries. The funny thing is though, I looked at him like he was a portrait in an art exhibition, because I was too dim-witted to figure we're part of the same picture. I looked at him like your story will make a touching poem, so I took the time to write it, but not the time just to know him. As I listened to him speak to me in broken, drunk English, and all I was thinking is I hope no one's listening. Worried about the people walking past and the thoughts that they think, like what's a respectable man doing talking to him? So I gave him change because I saw him as a charity case. But maybe, just maybe, that's what he saw me as on that day. But I didn't catch the words that made the way out of those cracked lips like they struggled to get to the surface and jump on the departing sentence. And for all I know, what he said to me was a direct route to heaven. But I missed it like a dipstick because I mistook him for a dimwit. And the giving of change was more about fueling my own philanthropic, altruistic image that lent an aid to a fallen angel, only drunk and depressed because he's wingless. Instead of taking the time to collect stray feathers to rebuild wings with, I gave him silver to weigh him down for him to buy another drink with. last piece I want to do for you today is it's called Big Girls. It's a poem I used in the 2008 Poetry Slam. This is the one I won the state final with and went over to Sydney to the Opera House to do. And yeah, it's called Big Girls. Her parents told her she looked pretty the way that she is, and there's a reason that God had made her so big. So at night she'd drop to her knees and pray that the kids would use sticks and stones instead, because their names really sting. And broken bones could never hurt as much as the weight of these words that crush her thirst for love. Makes her feel as if maybe she deserved it once, but there's a time to be loved and hers is up. See, she smiles at the boys and they're smiling back, but it's malicious little giggles trying to hide the fact. They're high-fiving and joking behind her back, but she knows because she's developed an eye for that. The food is a vice, gets her through moonless nights. Superheroes won't save her, but she could supersize. Can't lose the weight that could lose her life far easier, repeating the thoughts of suicide. Because they tease and they joke about extra meat on her bones. She looks at them like, I know, just leave me alone. But the funny thing is that if you speak on the phone, you'd fall in love with her sweetness of tone. And for reasons unknown, be drawn to her charisma. Treat every word as important as a whisper. Her heart's so big, it's supported by a figure made to carry a heart that's abnormally bigger. See, she's socially aware because she's no fool. But what she doesn't know is how they could be so cruel. She decides it's either a change or I'm leaving for good. But her eating won't change, so she makes eating kaput. In a society where image matters the most, little girls have got their fingers down the backs of their throats. She gets skinny and sick, but people compliment the weight loss. She just wants to fit in, but see, now the consequences take off. Sick days have risen, school thinks she's probably lying, ribcage looks like a prison, her heart's locked inside it. Misplaced praise given, she's gotten to like it. Soon she'll even slim down the tea from diet. Little girl, drop the magazine, don't watch the movie scenes or idolize these so-called beauty queens. Trust me, little girl, what's in you supersedes their expectations of what you should be. Between you and me, I know there's more to this than the awful things we do to pursue our gorgeouses. I won't patronize you with comments on inner beauty, because in this cruel world it doesn't sit so smoothly. But what's outside judgment, tears and failed dreams, and hating yourself for the numbers the scale reads, is a love not based on what you can do to impress it, that won't question whether you deserve its acceptance. You are made perfect. It's seen in your eyes. Someone's counting the tears that cry you to sleep in the night. And I'll put that on my life. I believe wholeheartedly you don't have to suffer for what others find hard to see.